It is very clearly visible for anyone who observes the world around that this world is created as a place of reformation. Just as in a jail, food, clothing, shelter, everything is provided, even including medication, all with the singular purpose of reforming the prisoners in the jail, bringing them to sanity, and then releasing them from the jail. So, when a devotee looks at the world around, or a devotee performs any activities, the devotee should always do this in relation to Krishna. If one really wants to return back to healthy Krishna consciousness at the earliest possible time. For example, Srila Prabhupada said, imagine if one of your finger became wounded. Would you like to see the finger cut off from your body, or would you like to see the finger healed and working properly? Yeah? Yeah, you would like to see it healed and working properly, isn't it? Nobody will say, oh, this is wounded, just cut it off, throw it away. Nobody will say that. Similarly, all of us are part and parcels of Krishna. So naturally, Krishna would like to see us healed and become healthy and return back to Him. And in order to make it possible, He makes many, many arrangements. One of the first arrangements you read in the Gita, He Himself says, Sambhavami Yuge Yuge, He says. I come in every millennium in different incarnations so that I can tell people who I am, what activities I do in the spiritual world, and what are my teachings, what are my expectations. I'll put it all down in the form of either instructions like Krishna instructed Arjuna, Hamsavatara instructed Lord Brahma, Kapila instructed Mother Devahuti, Rishabhadev instructed his 100 sons. In this way, you will find Lord is a very great teacher. He loves to teach his devotees. And he teaches in various ways. Even Lord Vishnu taught his first created son, Brahma, in the lotus. He taught him all the knowledge. So, from the fact that he is creating the world, he is providing for our food, clothing, shelter. We cannot survive even one moment without his mercy. Like right now, we are breathing the air. If we didn't create the air, we won't be sitting like this comfortably. We'll be suffocating. Similarly, if we don't have water, which we drink, which we bathe, which we use for cooking and everything. If we don't have fire, every one of these items is mercy. So in this way you can see Krishna is enveloping us with varieties of His mercy with which we survive and we nourish and we flourish. And then He also gives us the knowledge. And He also gives us the time to contemplate on the knowledge and then consider to surrender to Him. Using our own voluntary free will, without having to force us. We have that freedom with us. So in this way, one should look at the world around with this right spectacles. Only then one will come to the correct conclusion. And he says that anybody who makes a little effort, I make, if they take one step towards me, I take 10 steps towards them. He says that, Tesham satatayuktanam pajitam priti purvakam. Then he says, dadhami buddhiyogam tam. Because they have shown an inclination to me, I give them the buddhi by which they can come back to me. He says. Not only that, somebody says, my dear Lord, but I am not educated, he says. The Lord says, Tesham evanukam partam mahamad jnanajam tamah nashayami atma bhavastu jnanadipena vasota. I lit up the torchlight of knowledge in your heart, don't worry. You don't have to be a very educated man, he says. Somebody may say, I have nothing to offer you. It's just patram pushpam phalam proyam. Offer anything. As simple as a water or a leaf or a milk or anything like that, which is very easily available in this world. Somebody may be saying that I am low born. I am not a Brahmana who can enter the temple and offer worship and everything. Lord says, Striya Vaishasata Shudras Te Apiyanti Paramgatim. Even the women who are not very philosophical, or the Shudras who never have inclination for Shastric study, or the Vaishyas who are money-minded, even if they show little inclination to me, I will inspire them to return back to me, he says. Somebody may say, but my dear Lord, I am a sinner, you see, so many sins are in my account, such a huge baggage. With all this huge baggage, I cannot drag along and come to you, I think. The Lord says, Apichet sudracharo bhajate mamananya bhag. Saudhareva samantavya samyak vavisto visaya. If you become my devotee, then even though you may be carrying load of sin, I still consider you as sadhu because you are repentant and you are remorseful and you are making an attempt to come to me. And then as you make an effort to surrender to me, I will nullify all your sinful reactions. Aham tvam sarvapapebhyo mokshayishyami. Somebody said, but my dear Lord, there are so many obstacles in this world. With all these big stumbling blocks, will I be able to reach you? Matchitta sarva durgani, mat prasadat tarishyasi, he says. All the sarva durgani means all the big obstacles. Mat prasadat tarishyasi, by my mercy I will help you overcome them. So, Arjuna faced many obstacles and challenges in the battle, and Krishna was always there with him to guide him through all of them and make him emerge victorious. And same is true for any sadhaka devotee also. God is making arrangements for us to return back to him. But somebody may say, but kya bharosa, even if I become a devotee and make some progress, it appears that any time we can be knocked down and we may bloop or we may give up. So what's the use of working hard in devotional service? Lord says, but whatever you accumulated is never lost. Sarvamapisa dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Not only that, from your side, even if you make an attempt to be careful, then I am also very protective in nature. Kaunteya pradijanihi ame bhakta pranashyati. My devotee cannot very easily perish. It's very difficult to fall down actually, unless you make a lot of effort. Because I am always right there next to my devotee, to protect my devotee, to give him the knowledge, to give him association of my other devotees. And I envelop my devotee in varieties of ways, by coming as the holy rivers and holy books and holy temples and holy deities and holy name and holy prasada and varieties of ways. So in this way, when one approaches Krishna in the path of Krishna consciousness in a very personal way, Krishna is my eternal friend, he is my mother, he is my father, he is my wealth, he is my be all and end all. And somehow I have turned away from him and I am suffering in this world. Like Lord Chaitanya approached him. Ayananda tanuja kinkaram patitam mam vishame bhavam budhau kripaya tava pada pankajastita dhuli sadrisham vichintaya. Oh my dear Lord Krishna, son of Nanda, somehow or other I have turned away from you and fallen in this ocean of birth and death. Pick me up from this ocean of death and place me at your lotus feet along with millions of devotees and engage me in your devotional service, he said. Now, without approaching Krishna in this way, there are innumerable living entities in this world who consider themselves the center of the universe and they submerge themselves in depression and lamentation and illusion and suicidal thoughts. You can see that. Or there are other living beings who are aggressively active due to no self-restraint, unrestrained actions concocted by their own little brain. And ignoring Krishna, they are struggling to become happy on their own, not paying heed to all these beautiful instructions of Lord Krishna in the scriptures. Very unfortunate. So, when we come to Krishna consciousness, we can suffer from the same predicament if we don't take the message of the Lord very seriously. Like Arjuna was standing just 2 feet in front of Krishna and still weeping. Somebody may say, Krishna is right here. Why is he weeping? Yes, because it is disconnected from Krishna. We can be, in Krishna consciousness movement, we have the books, we have the deities, we have the holy name, we have the holy prasad, everything is there. But it is also our duty to contemplate and connect with the Lord in proper attitude and proper mood. And daily chanting of the holy name is an opportunity for us to make sure that the thoughts that arise in our mind are in line with flowing towards Krishna, flowing towards surrender, flowing in a mood of supplication, flowing in a mood of submissiveness, respect, adoration, gratitude for the Lord. These kind of thoughts arise in the mind during the chanting. We are in the right track and we are approaching the Lord. But somebody is considering chanting burdensome, somebody is considering it's a waste of time, and somebody is using the chanting time as a plan-making time for all one's various material activities. Then, although we may externally, superficially go through the motion, but we may not derive the full benefit of chanting the holy name. So that is why one should take spiritual life very personally. We take Maya very personally. Actually, we should take who personally? Krishna you should take personally. Maya you should ignore. You should think Maya is for other people, not for me. But Krishna is for me, you should think. We think Krishna is for the whole world except me. Only Maya is saying, Maya is inviting me. We give self-invitation to Maya. So that is our great misfortune. But when you come to Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada says, you are submitting a resignation to Maya. Maya Devi, please come here to take this resignation. Bye-bye to you. Now I am joining another new company, Krishna's company now. So then I take Krishna very personally, because in this way, surrendering to Krishna, approaching Krishna, going towards Krishna is a very path which is easily done by the chanting of the holy name with attentiveness. Because then one will experience the reciprocation from Krishna all the more when one is chanting the holy name with the proper attitude and mindset. Then it produces fruits very quick also. Harinam Prabhu ki. Let's offer our humble obeisances to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who are just like the trees, for ocean of mercy, full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti Vaishnava vrinda ki Vaishnava Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki